miles, the Deschutes River forms the seam where the Cascade Mountains fade into central Oregon's high desert plateau. Rafters, boaters, and fishers all share this surging river. The Deschutes River system includes the rich Metolius and Crooked rivers. Jeff Perin grew up fishing these waters.
Well, I like the Deschutes because it's one of the greatest trout fisheries in the world. It has constant water flows, it runs clear and cold, it's got all wild fish. It's a great fishery with some terrific hatches, and it can bring some real big fish up. On the Deschutes, we always use a floating fly line, whether we're fishing dries or nymphs. The reason for that is we use a lot of strike indicators when we're fishing nymphs. And to get your nymphs down to the bottom on the Deschutes, you just use a little longer leader, usually about 9 to 11 feet, pinch on a strike indicator or two, and throw your nymph out there and let it sink. Well, Metolius is a unique area. It's a fly fishing only spring creek, at least for 10 miles of it, and it has excellent hatches throughout the year. It doesn't have very many fish per mile compared to the Deschutes or the Crooked, but it's a real pretty trout stream and well worth your while fishing if you're in Central Oregon. The Deschutes fishes best mornings and evenings when the sun is not directly hitting the water. If you catch it before the sun comes up on the canyon or goes over the canyon in the evening, that's always the best fishing. You'll notice that when you're nymph fishing, you don't do a whole lot of fancy casts. It's just more or less let your fly get downstream and then just basically flip the fly back upstream to wherever your target is, just like this. The overhand cast is an easy cast to master. You start the rod basically horizontal with the water, and you swing the rod up to just past vertical. You stop the rod, wait for the line to straighten out. When it's all the way straightened, you shoot the rod out to about eye level, and the line will just straighten out on the water. Perfect. I'm pinching down the barbs on the flies here, not only because it's the law, but because it's better for catch and release trout fishing. Whenever you pinch down the barbs on the hooks, you can let the fish go without doing really any damage to the fish. The Deschutes doesn't require any special tackle found on any other trout river. For rods, we use a typical all-around trout rod from 8.5 to 9.5 feet long, usually for a 4, 5, or 6 weight line. This is a 9-foot 4 weight I prefer for dry fly fishing. I have a disc drag reel with a weight forward 4 floating fly line, and I use about 10 or 12 feet a leader when I'm dry fly fishing. This is my nymphing rod that I prefer for trout fishing on the Deschutes. It's a 9-foot 6 weight, and the 6 weight gives you a little extra power for playing larger fish and for throwing those bigger flies and a couple of split shot. I have a double taper 6 floating line on this system.